Midday market update. So we got the sell-off that we've been looking for. A little confusing in there, but we didn't move up here. We ended up just keep on going down. And this could honestly be the top right here at 411-ish, 410.50. We broke the top of this. That could be the top right there. It's not 100% clear yet, or we're either just making, we could just be making a B wave too. So it's either the top or we're making a B, and a C wave down here. So I think that on this move right here, the confusing part is this right here, for me at least, came up here for a first wave that doesn't make any sense because obviously it can't break above the starting point. But I think it's just kind of one of those things that it's not always going to be perfect. You kind of have to look at it and just, what is this? Like, what do you think this is? Looks like a 5-wave move besides this going back past the start of the first wave. So I'm just considering this right now. That's the only thing that trips me up. I'm considering that just a second wave and this being a 5-wave move, even though this comes back here. And so I have that labeled as 1, 2, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then currently I think we're in the 5th wave of either the C wave or of the overall 3rd wave. So if it's a C wave, then the target is right around the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame. So you look right here on the daily, we got the 50 right here at 385.53. That would also hit the top of this wick. So right around there, if this is only a C wave, would be my target. But there's also potential that is a top. So if it's a top, then we're looking at this as only being the 3rd wave. And so the 3rd wave would end right around there. Right around 385.20 or so. So if that's only the 3rd wave, then we would actually bounce to like 390-ish, something like that. And then that would take us to daily demand. Like I've been talking about in the last week or so. We have daily demand at 380. So then we would do 390. Let's see, 390, where's it at? So 390, and you can see the 50% retracement, 61 right in the daily demand. So I would lean towards it being a 5-wave move, and so that would take it to daily demand. And that would just mean we're going to the 1.61 fib of this move right here. So AB, and we get a 5-wave move down here, which would either be the C wave or it would be the overall first wave. So if it's a C wave, then we're going to see more upside. If it's a first wave and we go down from 410 all the way down to, let's say 379, we're going to see a bounce back to 395, potentially all the way up at 400. So it would look something like this. We can do the fibs if that were to happen. So we go down to daily demand here at 380. We'd bounce to like 398, let's say. And then the 3rd wave would be huge. Let's go to the daily time frame. 3rd wave would go, because you think 380 from 410, the 1.61 fib takes it down to 361, but I would think that it would be more than that, because you think about 3rd wave versus first wave. First wave is 30 points. This would only be like 37, 38 points. I would imagine we would go down all the way to the 2.61 fib or somewhere in between here, because the ultimate target is around 320 anyway. So we need to get down to like 330 on the 3rd wave. So I think that right now, if you have puts, I mean, obviously I would hold on to them. I think there's gonna be more downside. But the ultimate time to load up, assuming that this is a second wave, that's the thing though, we don't know if this is a second wave yet. If this ends up being a C wave, then it could just do more chop and go to a new high. So I would imagine though, just based on the timing though, I think this is a first wave. I think that that's more likely. Just because I can't imagine going down to 380 and then grinding all the way up to new highs. So I think that they're most likely we topped right here and we're making a first wave right here. And second wave back here is where you really, really want to load up on puts. So if you load up at 398, your stop would be above 410, and then you just ride them down all the way to 330. So, I mean, you have to watch the individual waves on smaller time frames, but you could technically ride them all the way down to 330. It takes a lot of balls to hold them that long, though. I don't have the patience for that, really. I always sell too early, but it's not a bad thing. You're profitable still. It doesn't really matter, but you want to make maximum profit. So if it looks something like this, we would probably see this first wave would probably be finished by tomorrow, I would think, maybe Monday. And then we would probably grind up here into the end of the year, maybe. So like to the 25th, to the 30th, maybe around New Year's. Well, this only take a couple days. The second wave might take a little bit longer. Maybe it takes a week. So let's say 16th, 7th, maybe to like Christmas time. So around like the 27th, 28th. So if I move this out on the daily time frame. So 27th, 28th, maybe somewhere around like 398. And then the third wave would probably be starting around that time and probably would end. If we go back here and look at third waves, this one took 18 days. So I would imagine this would take probably maybe January OPEX. We get down to 330, maybe February OPEX. And then we bounce and then finish off sometime in February, maybe March, something like that. And that's kind of been my base case for a long time, is finishing off in February or January, because you have this right here, our lines. So I drew this from the top of here to where the B wave would be. If you draw it right down here, you can see that around like January, lower if we go to February, like 310, but January intersects around 315. So if this already started, then it's going to be like straight down pretty much. But I would look for, on smaller time frames, just for today, I would just look for this wave to complete. We're at 1, 2, we're looking for a third wave, fourth wave, and a fifth wave down to like 385-ish. And then we're looking for a bounce. So maybe they finish this by the end of the day, and then we bounce tomorrow into quad witching. And then next week we make the final move down on Monday to 380. And then we would bounce into Christmas. So that's kind of what I see right now. So currently we are in 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in the fifth wave of this third wave. And then within that third wave, we are in, currently, it looks like we're in the third wave. At this point, invalidation is above 390.42. So if we somehow reverse right here and went above that, then we'd have to look at it again. But right now, the next target is 386.73. That's the 1.61 fib of the first wave bounce. And then 385.14 is what I'm expecting for this third wave to end, and then a bounce to 390. So let me know what you think in the comments, but we don't know if this is a top yet. We gotta wait and see. But regardless, when this ends, we'll be looking for an ABC pattern, and then you can short that just in case. But it could go like this too. It could go A, B, C, and then we get A, B, C, and then the same thing it was doing before. It could still do that. I don't know why it would do that, and the timing doesn't really make sense, but that's still a possibility. So anyway, that's pretty much it for now. I'll do an update after the market closes. Looks like we're about to go under 387. What's the VIX at? I'll go over the dollar later. I think the dollar was starting to go up again. But that's pretty much it. Look for 385. Probably the 50-day moving average is my target right here at 385.50. So look for that to be hit to finish out the third wave. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you after the market closes.